guys, Halleck here. Okay, I want to show you that tip I was talking about the other day that I can show you in a reel, but I also need to explain it. So it's called curling on base. And so many of you, when I post curling videos, are like, my curls still won't hold, or they're gonna fall too fast, or I have really fine hair, or I'm just struggling in general, or I live in humidity and it's just falling too quick. So one thing that you can do that I realized I do all the time, and I don't think about it because I learned it in beauty school, but it's really why my curls last for days and why they can start so high, is because I curl on base. So to show you what that looks like up close, I'm using a 1 inch. I've used a 1 1/4. You can do the same thing. If you like a tighter curl, a more beachy look, or you want your waves to last longer, then always go down a barrel size. So if that means a 3/4, go down to a 3/4. It's totally fine. It'll relax anyway. So on base means that you take a section and you see how you make a part? The curling iron is going to be in the same angle as that part. Like, line it, this is really hot, so I'm not gonna touch myself, but you'd line it up exactly. So that's the first part. But if you were to go in, let's say this is the angle of my part, but I'm gonna curl like this. If I curl, it'll start here and curl down. But do you see how much further down my curl would be? It would already be at eye level because I'm fighting the direction of this section, if that makes sense. And I see so many people take sections and they're just not cognizant of it, which is totally fine. But if you want your curls to last a long time or take longer to fall, then this would really make a difference. So match where your part line is, put your curling iron in the exact same angle so that you can get closer to your base, which is your scalp, but don't burn yourself. So you're gonna match it, and that way you can stay very, very close, and you're also gonna over direct. So you see how my curl can start almost at the scalp, which means it just has that much longer to relax and fall. So I'll show you that one more time. So also, I usually don't take a section straight down. I always take it at an angle. And I think I do that because of the shape. Like, the shape of my head is round. So if I were to, I can't cut a circle in half. It'd always be on an angle. So for the curls, again, to not fight the shape of my head and how they're gonna lay, I do them at an angle. I also get a lot more volume when I do things at an angle. So you're gonna take a slight diagonal, and then I am matching up my part line with the angle of my iron, just like that. So I'm gonna go like this, matching the angle. I'm also gonna over direct. That means my handle is facing or going towards my face. And then I will unwrap it and click out of it. So my curl starts almost at my scalp. And I know that when I brush it, it's not gonna drop instantly. You're gonna see these curls will still stay this high. Another tip I do is rotate. So I don't like to rotate in front of my ears, but when I get to my ear or back, that's when I rotate. So same thing, I always take it at an angle because then it's gonna have this volume in this top corner. So you're gonna switch, the clamp will be on the top, match the angle line of your section and curl towards you. That's to rotate your curls. Unwind it, curl down some more. And my clients with really short hair or really fine hair, this part is life-changing. So make sure you're rotating, over-directing, and curling on base. On base came from when we would do like formal ringlets and you wanted it to just be coming right out of someone's head. So you would do a section like right on top, and then you'd curl and be able to pin the curl, but you wouldn't be able to pin the curl on their head if it wasn't directly on base. So that's where that came from. So we're not doing those type of curls nowadays very often, but the same concept helps when you're doing your own waves. So again, I rotated, I went forward this time, and now I'm going back, over directing my curl, unwind. Another question I get a lot is about which curling iron to use, or they're applying the same technique but it's still not working or holding well for them. It might just be time for a new iron. It's really tough to know when your iron is truly not as strong as it was because it's still hot, so it's not like you can touch it and be like, oh, I think it's less hot than before. So you'll need to just swap it out at least every few years. Just because of how much I use mine for my extensions and everything, I swap mine out once a year. You also want to keep your iron clean of buildup. You can use alcohol wipes for that. And then another step you can do is to prep your hair with products. So if nothing holds on your hair, if hairspray doesn't work, if using volumizing products doesn't work, one thing I did forever, and I've kind of gotten away with it gotten away from it because I just haven't needed it as much, but it works really well, is to use a lightweight dry shampoo. So clients that live in humid areas, I always recommend a dry shampoo because what's weighing your hair down is the humidity in the air. So if you can dry out your hair knowing that it is going to get humid anyway, that will help hold it. So there's different dry shampoos that are powdery and some have texture. So you want one with texture. Don't put it on your scalp, just spray it mid-strand to ends before you do your curls. Do your curls and then you can finish with that, or use a texturizer spray or a hairspray after, and that will make a huge difference on hold. Because if you have a really fine hair or short hair, you don't necessarily want to weigh it down, especially if you're just trying to get it to hold. So there's another tip. So I'm gonna brush this out. This side is warm, this side is cool. I already did this one. So I'm gonna use my Ensemble Detangler. I like this brush because it does not undo my curls. If you are trying to get or maintain volume or just have everything work in your favor, brush up. So go like that. Always curl and brush up. So see how much volume that gives me and see where it starts? This curl is all the way at the top of my head. So day one is fabulous, and then the next days it's just gonna fall a little bit, which is fine, but I still get a long time with my curls. So there it is in real time. I just use a Babyliss 1-inch curling iron. If you've been using a 1-inch and it's still not working, then go down to a 3/4 and then try the products to prep. But I hope that helps. Let me know if you try it and if you have any more questions.